I think we've got the warning for you because the crazy ladies of The View, there you go, what you're about to see. Okay, the crazy ladies of The View, they chimed in on Dr. Jill Biden's comments. And look, I honestly, it's a stupid thing that she said. I think she is racist in a way, right? Because these progressives, they are racist because they've whittled everyone down to skin color and the pandering nonsense. But the reason I'm showing you The View right now, let's put the warning up again. I want people to really feel the warning. The reason that I'm showing you this clip is that if Ted Cruz, who happens to be of Latino descent, or Marco Rubio, or Donald Trump, or Ron DeSantis made a comment like this, was like collecting their Latino people, but like tacos, the View and every other show for weeks would be saying, this is what they think of you Latino people. They think of you as tacos and burritos and chimichangas and everything else. But when it comes to Democrats doing these things, the entire media runs cover for them. Here's Whoopi Goldberg.
First Lady Jill Biden has apologized after making some unfortunate analogies during a speech to Latino Americans in San Antonio, Texas yesterday. I can't even tell you here's what she said. You have to just look.
Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the bodegas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio, is your strength.
These two ladies these two Latinas in the front row are just
they're her bodegas, and they're just I mean, bodega is what she meant to say.
So you think somebody might have read the speech beforehand and said, maybe you don't want to say it like this.
Yeah.
But this is, I won't even say what it is, because it's, we all step in poo from time to time. Mm-hmm. And so this happens. But this was really, you can hear the people going, what did she say?
Yeah. Exactly. And then that nervous laugh.
Did she just say Bogota?
See, what's interesting about that is Whoopi knows that it's kind of messed up what Jill did there, right? She knows, and we're going to show you more in just a second where she gets into it. But for her, when it comes to the Democrats saying something, they just stepped in poo, right? Do you think, again, if this was a Republican that said this, if this was Josh Hawley or Mike Lee that said, oh, he just stepped in poo. No, it would be this, he has unmasked himself. He obviously is a racist and thinks of Latino people as tacos. Now, of course, the fact that there are masked people in their audience while they sit there unmasked, that's a completely separate point. But okay, Whoopi, she was like sort of, like kind of almost getting there. And she continued.
And speaking about anyone, don't you avoid food related to people? That is
tacos,
whether it's skin color, you don't use food.
I would be upset if somebody said you bring the chicken out in people.
Yeah.
I
don't know who
that's kind of what, that
it was.
Yeah, in case you're not, this is what.
It was a racial stereotype that she used racial stereotypes. So I don't know who wrote that for, and it was such an unforced error, right? Because if you think about political affiliation, Republicans are making the argument that there are more Hispanics that are now registering as Republican. And that, I don't know if that's true. And I don't think it's true because right now, 56% of Hispanic Americans identify as Democrats, whereas only 26% of Hispanic Americans identify as Republicans.
So remember, when Democrats do it, they step in poo or it's an unforced error. Would they be that gracious if a Republican did it? I think not. I also want to comment on this thing that Whoopi said about chicken. I love fried chicken. I really love fried chicken. I love watermelon. These are good things. These are good things. If you like the things, there's nothing racist about it, right? Like, I love fried chicken. I don't even know how you could associate that with racism in any way. I have watermelon in the fridge right now. You guys want some watermelon after the show? I don't associate that with anyone's skin color when I went to Whole Foods and bought a watermelon. I bought the watermelon, I thumped the watermelon, I enjoy watermelon. So if you're associating like specific foods with specific people, sure, there's ethnic things, there's north, south, okay, people eat different things like this. But if you say to somebody, oh, you like fried chicken, and then if there's a racial connotation to that, first off, you have a racial connotation just in and of itself is not racist if you like the thing, right? If you like the thing. Remember the episode of Seinfeld where Jerry is dating this woman He meets her on the phone, and her name is Donna Chang, and he thinks he's dating a Chinese woman. And it turns out she's just a white girl from Long Island. And Elaine has to explain, they're all talking about, is this racist? Is this racist? And Elaine's like, it's not racist if you like the things. Everybody likes Chinese food. We've all just racialized everything to the point of complete stupidity.